Hey everybody, Spartan here for our May 31st, 2022 day trading recap. Let's talk about what we did today. So we came into the market. Our notion was this market was extended a little bit, looking for a little bit of a dip in the morning. And then after that dip occurs, looking to buy into it for a bounce. So what did we get on the market? We basically got that. The gap fill area is around 408.30. Didn't quite get to that spot, but we did get a nice little movement. We did play some, spy puts this morning, which worked out okay. We did a hedge, which ended up not working, and then we did do a lot of stuff off the lows. One thing that we did long out the gate was the Amazon. We took 2,500 and 2,600 calls. I noticed relative strength right out the gate, and I talked about in the pre-market how it was one of my favorite looking FANG names to the upside today. So that one worked out really nicely. We got about 368% on the 2,500 calls. We ended up selling some 2620s against it for a credit, and that gives us 120 points of room to the upside with no risk. So that's fantastic. And we also had the 2600 calls for 248%. Other trades that we did do the Tesla 800 calls off the lows. We took those for 504, and those we wrote them all the way up for 177%. We also had an equity position on Tesla, about 1/8 size out the gate, and then we ended up adding into it on the dip for a bounce. And I typically don't do that unless we're really tiny size. And it did go to my spot gap fill area, which was 738 on the gap fill on the daily. So that was a nice little trade there for about 18 points on the upside. Other ones on the option side, we'll rip options first, I guess, guys. UPST, we grabbed the 60 calls. That worked out nicely. We also were in equity long for a little bit of a 1.5 point scalp to the upside there. So decent little trade. We had the Qualcomm 145 calls for about 200%. We sold them to that little pop at the end of the day there. Then we had Microsoft 275 calls for about 60% on that. So that was not really, not too bad on the option side. There's a couple other things we've done on the option side for 20%, 30% here and there. Nothing that was super notable. The stuff that didn't work on the option side is we tried BABA puts twice. We ended up just exiting those out when they started to bounce a little bit. So little losses there. We tried to control them as much as possible. And we also did have a AMD put on as well, which didn't work out this morning. Again, we tried to grab some puts, ended up bouncing, so we ended up just taking that off. Future was one on the call side that we took. The 40 calls ended up not working. We took a lotto on that, and then we ended up just having to exit at the end of the day there. Other than that, really solid day on the option side. Equity side, best trades today. Well, best ones, obviously Amazon, rode that all the way up. A couple of the guys got about 112 points on that. Tesla, 18 points like I talked about. Sava, after this pop, we ended up shorting it into the EMA support, getting about 3 points to the downside on that short. We had some shop short this morning, got that little whip to the downside for about 4 points. That wasn't bad as well. We had mRNA long this morning out the gate. Nice little pop for 3 points, and that GME short intraday. We had it for 2 points first and then 1 point after a little bounce there. And that was pretty much it on the equity side. The stuff that didn't work on the equity side was many of the small cap names. So we did try a little bit of Jan long. We ended up having just to exit that one. We tried some ISPO long, ended up exiting that one as well. Other than that, pretty solid hit rate on that side. Anywho, that's that, guys. If you do want to check us out, you can certainly go to the website, spartantrading.com. Pop in. We do give entries, exits, alerts on all that stuff real time, as well as on audio, and you're seeing my screen. We give you stops, targets. I'm answering questions the entire day live as well. So I'm here to help you guys if you do want to check us out. Otherwise, there's the free Discord link in the bio, which we get access to a couple free resources in our room. You can also see what the community is all about. So it does give you a little bit of insight in that regard. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good one.